Hey everybody, welcome back to another brand new video here. Exactly, and it's time we get straight on to another video today. Today's video we are definitely going to be talking about is Happy 4th of July. So, anyway, all I want to do is say, by the way, and just kind of give myself the time exactly on the second channel and just mention about, the 250th birthday exactly, which it's a pretty good thing, exactly. It's a pretty good thing. So, normally I'd say this anyway, that, just want to get right on to the video and stuff and just get right on with it. So, anyways, before we do that, by the way, that yes, currently again, that I am myself to be is Devin-Foxy remastered again. So, it's pretty much my name so far. And oh yes, before anybody does ask, by the way, is if anybody does like my channel art, by the way, that I actually recently did change my channel art today, which I have definitely upgraded it. My second channel, by the way, just upgraded my second channel. It just pretty much has Sonic up there for those who didn't notice, by the way. That yeah, I definitely did add Sonic up there because I wanted to kind of add him up there, so that is pretty much why. And oh yeah, before anybody asks, by the way, of what I actually changed the color to, well, normally I always change different colors on every channel art a little bit. Sometimes I may do that sometimes, and it kind of depends on what color I actually am using on my phone. So that is pretty much why I screenshot it, by the way, and think it was kind of like an interesting idea, like a galaxy idea. Which, I mean, to be honest with you guys already, that Sonic and his friends have never actually been in space, which is actually a good question to say for myself. That I decided was like, you know what, how about I decide something that's more space related just in the channel art, for something very, well based a little bit and well epic a little bit. So that is pretty much why I added up there. And for those who do like it, by the way, yeah, I actually do agree, by the way. I totally agree, which is pretty cool, by the way. It's just very relatedly pretty cool. So, yeah. For now, that would probably be in the official channel art right there. That would just probably be an official a little bit exactly, which normally I'd say it anyway because I just want to change another number exactly to Sonic's Friends Season Plus 8. Which I know it does refer to Sonic.exe on the, pretty much on my, community post exactly, but so far again I kind of decided was like, yeah, at this point people might get confused by knowing the fact between where how the whole thing's gonna go down between Sonic or Sonic.exe in season 8, which is pretty irrelevant, but a little bit forward on like ahead exactly. But currently, as I said before, I did made a community post on it, by the way, about the season names, about pretty much likely from 4 to 8, which of course no, I have not actually mentioned about 9, 10, or 11 or 12, which no, I've not mentioned about any of those yet. But some of those, as I said anyway, they're gonna probably be like, oh, I don't know, for something pretty good so far, a little bit between 9 and 10, a little bit. And then the ultimate decision, by the way, in season 11 or 12, yeah, there's going to probably be a big outcome a little bit between how Sonic is going to probably, I don't know, choose his fate pretty carefully a little bit on season 11 or 12. But as I said before, it's totally a spoiler alert for those who don't want to like spoiler alert the whole thing exactly. Then please, again, if I were you, don't spoiler alert it because that isn't really cool. Because, it's almost like every hero sometimes always has to pretty much make a sacrifice anyway. That's like the main hero or other heroes that actually have did pretty well or may actually just want to like, just step down a little bit doing their role or just maybe just like, oh, I don't know, just maybe retire or something. But most likely some characters are not going to recently retire, but some characters are going to continue staying in their role. So that is probably what I can say in the only outcome for Sonic's fate, by the way, for season 11 or 12 is going to be a bit impossible. But speaking of impossible, is I hope to say we're going to kind of see what goes on further exactly, but you know me, we'll just have to kind of figure out what happens in season 11 or 12, which, it's pretty much up to Sonic's decision if he wants to. It's pretty much up to his decision anyway, but more of the story is I just want to say happy 4th of July, folks. Just happy 4th of July. And here it is right here. Yep, there's that flag. There is that flag. Yep, there it is. Yeah, that flag actually looks pretty good. The flag actually looks good. And of course, I'm going to show you guys these, by the way. Yep, there's another one right here. Ah, hell yeah, that's another star right there. And of course, there's the one with Liberty right there. Yep, Liberty. Liberty. Yeah, anyway, so that's pretty much what I would have to say right now and mention the fact already. So that's all I want to kind of talk about. And oh, yes, the only thing I'm going to say already exactly is, there's going to be a lot of good things coming around apparently a little bit. So if you guys do want to check on my channel, community posts, by the way, on the community posts, by the way, that's when you guys might actually look on the season names for which characters are going to take most of the role exactly. That will actually get more camera time and we'll get more constantly good stuff a little bit on that. So if you guys are definitely considered excited seeing what happens, by the way, that's pretty much the good news. And yeah, it is pretty much like an explained video. As I mentioned about the post a little bit, is that, on most of the dates, by the way, as I was still mentioning anyways, that, it's still true, by the way, and it's 100% officially true. That if you guys do see the years on the dates, by the way, pretty much on the channel, by the way, on my second channel, it is pretty true. And I'd say again, it is true anyway, that most of the seasons are going to definitely come down to is pretty much in 2026 and 2027. Well, normally on a few other categories, a little bit between, from the numbers exactly of whatever exactly, that's going to probably depend on that. So we're just going to have to kind of see what goes on anyway. But the main fact is, at least I give you guys the good news of what's going to probably be the best news of all. So there you go. And also, if you guys can still help us, by the way, with the episode names, it would actually be, again, appreciated. And also, please subscribe to this channel while we're at it, by the way, which, we're trying our hardest on our second channel to keep making content. So please subscribe to the second channel. It really means a lot to, Sonic and his friends, by the way. Like, for example, like let's just give them 800 subscribers, by the way. Let's just get 800 subscribers on the second channel. So that way that we'll continue to keep on pushing the channel a lot amazing and way ahead. So that's all I want to talk about here. And I do have some interesting ideas for whenever the days are going to continue to keep getting better, which I hope they probably do. So as I can say otherwise, that yeah, it is going to be pretty amazing. And also I like the fact by saying is like, I think it was a pretty good birthday exactly of the 4th of July. So yeah, very much. And oh yeah, before anyone does ask, by the way, yep, I definitely have the American flag. Yeah, look at that flag, folks. Look at that. Like, look at that. Yep, a lot of stars and stripes and red. Hell yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much all I had to show you guys already. But anyway, nothing too special and nothing too related anyways, but I was wanting to kind of get this video done. And also, it depends on getting this video out today or the 5th of July, even though it's going to probably just be like an early video coming right out. So, as I can tell you guys, the good news and amount of the good info of what's going to go on and happening is that I was mentioned about the post, by the way, and yes, it is 100% official and 100% officially been officialed on most of the season numbers are going to be recommendedly 100% official and also well professional exactly. So yes, the answer is to that question is the answer is yes. That the season numbers are definitely true. That you guys can probably take a look for yourselves on the community post, as I did made that post, by the way, and letting you guys know about the interesting long outcomes, by the way, for the long outcome, by the way, of the seasons probably being explained on my last live stream. So if you guys want to go ahead and jump onto that live stream and look onto that, by the way, that's pretty much what I explained. Most likely the season numbers going to be true, and it's going to be completely 100% true, and it's going to be officially true. So yes, there's you guys' answers. And also the main question is that will Well, most of the best part about to be mentioning about is, will most characters get a collaboration on from channel to channel? The answers to that question is yes. The main reason why that's going to happen anyway, with the change of the different outcomes to that, is that the fact a little bit by seeing how normally interesting it would be is by seeing like characters that might get a collaboration with Sonic, or with Sonic and his friends, by the way, by during season numbers, which I'm looking forward to kind of bring back characters that might actually be pretty helpful in the scenario, which of course it's going to probably be with the Mario characters teaming up with Sonic. The typical rivalry between with Dr. Eggman and Bowser is going to be like an interesting collaboration into a season that's going to probably be both side versions, by the way. Is the explanatory about that, by the way, is, let me tell you guys this. So how that actually does work, by the way, is there's two alternative versions. One, by the way, is good guys and good guys versus bad guys, bad guys. Like, I actually decided that for myself, by the way. I actually kind of did decide that for myself a little bit, and I definitely made that as an idea. And of course, on the other half of the second version of the idea is having good guys and bad guys versus good guys and bad guys, which means it's going to be the old, same old between Sega and Nintendo, which is going to probably be like the version of the second version of currently about like only about Sonic seasons, which I think that will probably still be recommendedly exactly on that kind of idea. And also, is the season idea pretty big? Yes, it is pretty big, and it is pretty huge of the idea, and it's a pretty interesting, well thought out idea, and it probably might be the best idea I've ever kind of gotten, by the way. So there's your answer. And the only thing I can say near likely ahead exactly is going to be pretty interesting outcome anyway. And also, I was thinking about suggesting to have, the characters that will be with Sonic, by the way, that will actually be currently, I don't know, somewhere near ahead forward exactly between seeing like, oh, what is going to be the next collaboration with Sonic? Well, the next collaboration with Sonic, by the way, is that the next collaboration will have to be is P vs. Z, which I think it's going to refer to Plants vs. Zombies. So I think that would be the next collaboration to something. At least there'll be another collaboration to something at least. But you know me. I mean, we'll just have to see what goes on anyway. But the main fact is, it's going to pretty much be something. And it is going to be pretty interesting to hear it. So if you guys want to see one hell of a good, interesting season plush videos, then yes, you guys would definitely get like the biggest season plushes ever been existed in history in the second channel, which is also going to be one hell of a good time anyway. So if you guys are definitely excited for most of the interesting outcomes and a lot more awesome stuff anyway, that's all I have to say anyway. So as I can say again exactly, is I hope to say, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to give this video a like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified, by the way. And also happy 250th birthday and happy 4th of July, everyone. So if you guys are excited for new stuff coming around soon, then let me know those questions down below, so that way that will continue to keep being successful on the second channel and keep it completely going up and up. So if you guys want to help us out for more episode ideas, then yes, those ideas will still be recommended in the comments section alone. So if you guys want to go ahead and help out, then feel free to help on out, and yeah, subscribe. Feel free to subscribe anyway. So that being said, it is time I say this otherwise, and again, it is time I get going, and it's time I sign out anyway. So thank you guys once again in a lifetime. That I'll see you guys later and next time. So take care, folks. Take care as always, and I will see you guys later and next time. And of course, I might have to go on and make another post, by the way, just letting you guys know that there will be another post about me mentioned about season 9 and 10, 11, and 12, which I think I did got most season numbers correct a little bit, but there might be a second version I might talk about here exactly, is that I kind of decided to kind of move the season numbers because, of course, that, well, normally I'd say this question, yet beyond that, I'll be honest with you guys already, is that the fact I'd say this anyway is, it's kind of like a decision move. For me, I'm just making a decision move to know what's going to be the perfect line of like Sonic's two choices of him either retiring or he might get killed by an unknown character. It might get killed off exactly, which he might give the role to someone else, by the way, that actually would still help him, by the way, but that probably might come down to whatever's going to happen anyway. So it probably wouldn't be Eggman. Just want to let you guys know again, it probably still wouldn't be Eggman. It probably would have been somebody else that would have done that. But let me just tell you guys anyway, is I hope that you guys are excited for more stuff continuing ahead with more season plus videos and a lot more things to happen and a lot of things coming around anyway, since I actually am deciding on every season number that I'm actually still recommending. So that's all I can say right now. Thank you. And I help to say is happy birthday to America and happy 4th of July. And we'll see you guys as always in the next video. Goodbye and see you later.